Now, thousands of people are flocking to Buckingham Palace to pay their respects for Queen Elizabeth, and it's seen security around the royal residence dramatically ramped up.
To cope with the influx of mourners, around 10,000 police officers could be on duty in London each and every day leading up to the Queen's funeral. That would make it the biggest security operation the country has ever seen.
One man who knows what that will look like is former Royal Protection Officer Simon Morgan. Thanks very much for joining us. You worked for the Palace, protecting senior royals for a number of years. What are your fondest memories of the Queen?
Good evening. The Queen was a fantastic lady to work for. As a principal, you couldn't have really asked for more. Our role was to work in and around her so she could carry out her duties and her private life as well. But lots of the time, actually, she worked in and around us, which I know sounds a bit bizarre, but she very much knew protection. She had it all her life, and she was, very supportive of the role that we did.
And what about King Charles, as he's known now? Do they know your names? Do they chat? Do they let their guard down?
You have to interact. You have to build a rapport, because if you don't build that rapport, you don't get that trust. And the reality is that you are there to do a job, and they have to trust you that you will do your job when you need to do it, should that occasion arise. So you do interact, and yes, you do talk about a variety of things. Certainly, I remember my time with King Charles talking about the rugby. He was Prince of Wales at the time, I was Welsh, and certainly there was one particular incident where Fiji had beaten Wales in the Rugby World Cup, and we had somewhat of a laugh and a joke about that.
Right. Look, thousands of people are flocking to London to pay their respects. We're going to see a lot happening here as the Queen lies in state, and then the funeral. What sort of security preparations will be being put in place at the moment?
It's going to be quite multifaceted. As you alluded to in your introduction, this has the potential to be the biggest policing operation UK policing has ever undertaken. Every police officer with a variety of skill set is going to be needed. That's not just the protection officers, it's the uniformed police officers that are going to be part of the crowd safety, it's the firearms officers, it's the traffic officers that are going to be dealing with roads policing issues. It is going to be an event on a grand scale, but it has been an event that has been talked about, discussed, table-topped, and indeed some similar events have taken place to allow this event to be delivered on Monday.
Yeah, and it's one thing we've been mentioning, how many security officers there seem to be around here. So it looks like it's well organised. Simon Morgan, we thank you for your insight today. Appreciate it.